Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read All Aboard 6, Unit 4. The trip begins. Chapter 1, look at the picture. What has Megan dropped? Activity 2, read and listen. Find the secret message. Edward's grandma went back to the house. Matt, Megan, and Edward were by themselves now. They walked toward the river. Grandma and I have a boat, said Edward. Really? Where did you buy it? Asked Megan. We made it ourselves, replied Edward. Then I taught myself to sail it. They followed Edward through some long grass by the river. Be careful, said Edward. These leaves are sharp. You mustn't cut yourselves. When they saw the boat, Matt and Megan were amazed. You are a genius, they said. Edward looked very pleased with himself. Help me turn the boat around. Then we must go. You're right, said Matt. It's going to be a long trip. They turned the boat around and got in. Page 31, Activity 1. Read and listen to the story, then act it out. This is great. I'm having fun. So am I. I love rivers. Look at that. Swan. It's beautiful. Oh no, I have lost the map. It was in my pocket. Should we turn left or right? I don't know. Let's turn right. Why did I lose that map? We really need it now. They have turned the wrong way. Ow, my head. Don't go so fast. I can't help it. It's the river. In chapter 4, we study these reflexive pronouns. Herself, themselves, himself, itself, ourselves, myself, and so on. Page 32, vocabulary. We study length, depth, weight, width, height. So it's 120 meters high, it's 40 meters wide, 6 meters long, it's 500 meters deep, it weighs 5,000 kilos. How long we study these expressions? When we ask, we use how, blah, blah, how, adjective, or how, adverb. How long is a soccer field? How deep is a bathtub? How high is a classroom ceiling? How much does a cat weigh? How wide is a blackboard? Never give up. You can climb the highest mountain. You can reach the farthest star. You can lift the heaviest weight. When you believe how great you are, never give up. Never give up. It's always worth another try. Never give up. Never give up. I know that you can reach the sky. You can swim the widest river. You can pass the hardest test. You can win the longest race. When you believe that you're the best, never give up. Never give up. Science. The Amazon, Angel Falls, Mount Everest, the Pacific Ocean, the Sahara Desert. Read and check answers to Activity 1. Pronunciation. Page 34, Activity 3. Listen and repeat. The red sounds are all the same. He goes to a school at 8 o'clock in the morning. We saw a beautiful zebra at the zoo. She ate a pizza at 20 to 2 in the afternoon. They are all the same. The red sounds are all the same. A Day Out by Jack West. Last month I went to an amusement park with my mom and my two sisters, Haley and Danielle. My mom took us there because it was my birthday. As soon as we arrived, we went on the biggest and most exciting ride, the River of Adventure. It was fantastic. By the time the ride finished, our clothes were really wet. I loved it, but Mom wasn't very happy. The amusement park was starting to get crowded. You must behave yourselves, Mom told us, and stay together. But Danielle and Haley weren't listening. They went off by themselves. Mom and I started looking for them, but we couldn't find them. Mom got really mad. After a while, we heard a voice over the loudspeakers. Mrs. West, please come to the first aid center. Mom and I went to the first aid center and found my sister Danielle was crying. She hurt her arm on one of the rides, Haley explained. Mom decided that it was time to go home. It's been a terrible day, she said. I'm never going to an amusement park again, but I had a great time. I really enjoyed myself. Page 36, Lesson 7, Chapter 1. Activity 1. Read and listen to the stories. Joan of Arc, Part 4. Joan of Arc became the leader of the French army. She wore men's clothes and fought with the other soldiers. In May 1429, Joan was wounded in a battle against the English, but she made herself continue. Her courage was an inspiration to the French army, and they won the battle. Joan then led her army to victories in other parts of France. In July 1429, they captured Reims from the English, and Charles became king of France in the cathedral. Joan of Arc predicted that the English would soon have to leave France completely. The English hated Joan of Arc. A teenage girl had won battles against a powerful army, and she was not popular with everybody in France. In 1430, some French soldiers captured Joan and sold her to the English for 10,000 gold coins. The English wanted to prove that Joan of Arc was a witch and had only won the battles because she used magic. They told her to sign a confession, but Joan couldn't read, so she asked them to read it to her. They lied about what it said and tricked her into signing. They sentenced Joan of Arc to death in 1431. Her crime was wearing man's clothes. This was against the laws of the church at the time. Her old friend Charles was the king now, but he did nothing to help Joan because he didn't want to get himself into trouble. A few years after Joan's death, prediction came true, and the English army left France. Nearly 500 years later, Joan of Arc became a saint. The end.